is one I was going to talk about this last night, but more things have happened because I'm like, it wasn't enough to really talk about it. And then he keeps talking. I'm like, Randy, please stop talking. Close your mouth. Let Borderlands 4 just come out and let's see where the pieces fall. But no, he continues to talk. Randy Pitchford on Borderlands 4. We will break 100 million units with this launch. Does he mean like the Borderlands series? I hope, because what? This one of Mice and Matt says, I almost feel bad for Gearbox at this point. He needs to stop talking. I would feel bad for Gearbox if they didn't change their logo into the Pride colors every June. At that point, it is what it is. Does anyone really like Borderlands? I mean, they're okay, but is anyone really into them? I mean, people swear by the first and second one. Me, I was very casual with them. Like, I was like, okay with the first one. Second one, I didn't really even get into very much. Third one, I never played. Everyone said the third one's terrible. So I'm like, why would I even bother with that? But no, for me, it wasn't a series that I was just like, it wasn't for me. Between him shit-talking Borderlands fans and claiming anyone who can't afford this game is broke, I doubt it'll break 100 million. And Devil's Advocate, he was likely talking about the franchise as a whole, which stands at around 93 million copies. Oh, he definitely was. That's what I'm saying. Like, this game would not sell 100 million copies. Let's be real here. Will it sell 7+ million copies? Long term, eventually, life cycle of it probably will. Just based off of previous sales history of the game, it probably will. But saying that is a whole nother thing. Why would you say that? That's just like, that's like saying, like, being a YouTuber being like, oh, I'm gonna be a 1,000,000 subscriber channel someday. It's like, it's just don't talk like that. It's so annoying. Insider Gaming has an exclusive story. They said, exclusive, we will break 100 million units with this launch. Randy Pitchford on Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4 is set to be released worldwide on September 12th, and it's the broadest and most ambitious iteration that Gearbox has ever created. In Borderlands 4, players are set to explore a seamless open world and be presented with more choices and options for gameplay styles than ever before. I sat down with Randy at Gamescom to learn about Borderlands 4. From what it took to create it to where it goes post-launch, he made a bold statement about where the sales of the series and how impactful Borderlands 4 will be. We're now expert at making Borderlands. God, this guy's obnoxious. When I caught up with Randy Pitchford at Gamescom, I came away with a wealth of information about Borderlands 4, the upcoming open-world shooter from Gearbox. As the CEO and creator of the franchise, Pitchford has been pivotal in pushing the brand forward for the last 20 years, working with a dedicated and talented team to make this series something legendary. Pitchford reflected on that and looked to the future of the series beyond Borderlands 4. We're just now beginning to dig into what our post-launch is. And we've got some extremely exciting plans, a Borderlands 2 movie, that I cannot wait to share and talk about. We're now expert at making Borderlands 4. And when you're making a game, you're kind of figure out how to make as you ship it. That's one of the reasons why our post-launch content tends to be good. Thinking about Borderlands beyond the game, it's so wild to me. I remember I came to Gamescom with Borderlands 1, just trying to scream from the tallest mountain to get anyone to pay attention to it, and nobody cared. A lot of people predicted that Borderlands wasn't going to work. Now, here we are with the game franchise. We will break 100 million units with this launch. Easy. All in with the franchise, which again, I don't disagree with that. It's just very cocky. It's a very confident, cocky, like, yeah, we're going to do it. Like, okay, bro, I get it. You're excited about your game, but the way you're perceived in the community, it's not a great look to be talking like this before the game even comes out. You never hear Nintendo talk like this. Nintendo is just like, we hope you like our game. We worked really hard on it. This guy's like, fuck yeah, we're going to sell over 100 million units and everyone's going to love this game because it's the best game ever. Borderlands is more than 15 years old as a series. And as Pitchford explained, he spent the last 20 years of his life building it and pushing it out to the masses. With each iteration, the franchise becomes more explosive and energetic. And Borderlands 4 represents the, for now, pinnacle of the series. The last numbers suggested that the series was sitting at around 92 million units sold, which I got to be honest, guys, that's a lot. That's a lot of units sold for 3 games. That's actually insane. I was thinking it was going to be more like 27 million. Like 92 is like, holy shit. Did I miss something? Like that's a lot of units sold. But to be fair, it has also gone on sale for $5 quite often. So that's actually where I picked it up for Borderlands 1 and 2. It was $5 for each one. So it can be a little bit deceptive with the number of units sold, but still, to be fair, 92 million sold is a lot. Which means Gearbox is anticipating at least 8 million sales with Borderlands 4, which I would think, obviously, if 3 games before it made 92, I think you could expect at least 30 million from Borderlands 4. Let me know on the Insider Gaming Forum what you're most looking forward to about Borderlands 4. This is following up on a Games Radar post from the other day where they said Gearbox boss Randy Pitchford says, I think they could charge $200 for Borderlands 4. You can't find a better value in the world for any type of entertainment. Then adds, I wish they'd give it away because then everyone would play it. Make up your mind, bro. Why? You know what? Here's the thing. Maybe it's genius what he's doing right now, because here I am talking about it. I'm not the only one. Lots of YouTubers are covering this situation, and it's like free promotion for Borderlands 4. So maybe he knows that. Maybe it's really just I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the infamous. I'll just talk shit. People will cover it. The game will come out and they'll be like, oh, that's that game everyone was talking about, and then pay attention to it again. It's almost like he knows what he's doing. I'm going to give him that credit. You might worry about pricing, but Randy Pitchford won't. He said he's been sparring with people online for a while now about how much Borderlands 4 costs, which, by the way, I covered that in a previous video as well. It launches at $70 on September 12th, but he seemed glad to keep talking dollars with Games Radar during this year's Gamescom Day 1. To him, Borderlands 4 offers plenty of value for the money. Shit, I think they could charge $200, Pitchford tells us, but I wish they'd give it away because then everyone would play it. That's not how business works, he continues, but the value is there. Pitchford has been personally involved in many public discussions about the $70, $80 games with varying degrees of making Borderlands fans exceedingly angry. So he's confident that these conversations honestly don't matter in the big picture, which in a real honest way, I actually agree with them. Like, this is all shit talk before a game comes out. Let's keep it a buck here. Like, we're shit talking. Oh, what an asshole. I can't believe he said that. If the game stands on its own merits as a fucking banger game, then it's a fucking banger game. But what we can do right now is just postulate based off of what he's saying and internet shit talk, which is what many of us do best. Let's be honest. The sum of every conversation that ever happened on social media about the price of a video game and every article that was ever written, in truth, you add that all up and it won't change anything with the result. I will push back a little bit on that. I think a lot of conversations and debates and arguments have changed a lot. This is 2 different arguments that he's making right now. When it comes to the quality of the game, talk isn't going to change that. When it comes to the price of the game, talk might actually change that. So there are 2 different discussions to be had with this. Sometimes it matters. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just pure entertainment. Other times it actually does mean something. At the end of the day, when I want something and I feel like what they're asking is fair, I'll get it. If I don't want something, I won't, which, I mean, true. Yeah. Or if I think what they're asking of me isn't fair, I'm not going to do it. All the talk doesn't matter at the end of the day. That's what it is. True, but it does matter for the greater posterity of the game industry at large. Because if you take the approach of, shit, I'll pay $100 for every Nintendo game. And Nintendo's like, oh, okay, you will? All right, let's make every game $100. Like, wait a second. Why are we paying $100 for each of these games? Why are we paying more money? What are we getting out of it? We're getting less. We're getting key cards without even games on them. We're getting no instruction booklets. We're getting digital downloads that don't even exist and disappear after 10 years because the store gets taken offline. Like, all these things are less and less things that are given to us, and they're expecting more money out of them. It's very confusing from these game companies' perspectives. The truth is, when you talk about Borderlands, Pitchford said, like, I don't know how I can say this and sound as if I have any amount of humility. Borderlands 4 is amazing. It's absolutely an incredible game, and the value is undeniable. You look at all the past Borderlands games. We have the people that spend thousands of hours in the Borderlands. If you think about that in terms of most amount that could have ever been spent versus the time of entertainment, you can't find a better value in the world for any kind of entertainment. Very true. Strong agree. Again, I agree with a lot of what Randy's saying here, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you could just raise the prices of stuff and people be okay with it. The reason why you can't find a better value of entertainment is because of the price of gaming. But as the price of gaming creeps up higher and higher, we continue to find ourselves in a predicament where it used to be the most valuable, and now, no, you know what is? What I bought before and my backlog on Steam. And the problem that I have with Borderlands, and it's not just exclusive to Borderlands, by the way, to be fair, it's the same problem I have with Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed, or any number of massive franchises that have a long history of games that many people have not ever played. Why would you pay full price day one for the latest and greatest, quote unquote, best game ever, when you can just, instead of falling for the hype, go to the backlog and be like, oh, I already own Borderlands 1. I haven't played it before. Instead of getting caught up in the hype with the newest one of Borderlands 4, I'll just play the original one and save myself $70, $80 after tax. Why not? And that's the problem that a lot of these game companies are running into right now, which is why, unfortunately, the digital revolution is actually extremely concerning, because that's taking the power away from the customer and giving it all to the companies and making it feel like we have no choice anymore. And they know that. And that's what's concerning about all of it. But yeah, as far as Borderlands 4 is concerned, if it does launch and it flops hard, I will be the first one in line to be laughing my ass off. And we're going to go back to these quotes from Randy and be like, remember when he said this game's amazing? This fucking asshole. He's a snake oil salesman. But maybe it's great. We'll see. We'll see. I am actually very curious to see how this reviews, not from the professional outlets and games journalism, but from actual gamers and what people think about it. I do not plan on playing it day one, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. If it ends up being the greatest game of all time and I can't say no, then that might change that. But we'll see. Anyways, I'll leave that one there.